So now I want to talk a little bit about some of the challenges in manifestation, and that manifestation at the end of the day is a frequency game. You as a human are a frequency generator, and your frequencies drive you from here to there. Your frequencies create the experiences of your life. And the challenge many of us have is our frequencies are very, very mixed up when we are manifesting in any given moment, not just when we're sitting and, you know, oming and praying. Our frequencies often are really messed up. Meaning that sometimes if you don't get what you want, it's simply because you don't, know exactly what you want. That's one. So say that you've had this desire to experience love and an improved relationship with the person you're with, and that's your biggest desire. I think that's a big desire. I think that's a very, very common desire for people who are married or in long-term relationships, or even people want to get along better with their kids. And that's a very, very common everyday manifestation. And we often talk about things that are big things like the career change or making a ton of money, or I used in the last example being famous or something, but that's not the typical day-to-day manifestation most people are really looking for. And probably the most common manifestation is excitement and improvement in our day-to-day relationships, and that joy that we once accidentally tasted in the early days of a relationship, or that joy and excitement we had when our children were young. A lot of us want to bring back that super, super powerful sense of excitement. So actually, we're chasing excitement. We're chasing love. We're chasing, unconditional love. We're chasing the excitement of romance. So those are often, everyday manifestation feelings that people have a desire to create. And say that you have had this incredible desire to have a better relationship with your significant other, and you've wished and dreamed like maybe you're gonna have a special weekend, and your manifestation is that weekend is everything you ever hoped. That it was excitement, it was love, it was joy. And you've done everything you can in terms of manifestation work to make that happen. But if you boil a frequency down to the least common denominator, it would be interesting to see what you're really manifesting under that. Is when you go into your space, when you are making that manifestation, are you focused on experiencing love? Is that what's at the heart of what you're dreaming to manifest? When you're visualizing, feeling it, seeing it, being it, are you feeling love? Because if you just feel love and you hope that love is in the relationship you're in, but actually when you're actually doing the manifestation work, it is love that you are focusing on. So you will get what you focus on. You will get that love, but that weekend getaway that you were so hoping would spark some new romance for you, where you guys would experience love again, may still happen, but the love may occur with somebody else. I mean, I don't mean another relationship necessarily, but maybe there's a child staying at your hotel, and you're seeing that little child every day, and you're picking it up and holding it, and you've met the parents, and you've gotten to know this child, and you felt a lot of love in your heart and with the child, and had a real magical experience with the child. So you actually will get what you want, but it may not come in the way you imagine. But you walk away from that weekend feeling really uplifted and feeling that you got love in the way that you really needed it. You got to experience that unconditional love, and you got to experience it with a child who actually made you more childlike. So you got more than if you just had great romance and love with your lover. You actually got what you needed. You had you got the love you attempted to manifest, but you had that unconditional love with a child that actually helped you to become more of a child, that to transfer that childlike vibrational frequency on you, so that you are more magical and gave you an upgrade. So you often will, I suggest that when you are doing manifestation work, you focus on the emotion of what you want to feel, because that's in the end all you're really ever wanting to manifest is a certain feeling. Um, and that could come in many different ways. And it's best you surrender to how it comes. Like, focus on the feeling. Maybe you can give yourself a visualization. I did mention visualize, but surrender that it doesn't have to happen that way. That surrender that it will come to you in the way that you really, really will benefit from it. And you will often get exactly what you need and something way better than you could possibly imagine. So there's that aspect of surrender, and you focused on the very, very pure frequency of what you wanted. And by doing so, it also helps to remove a lot of the things like that can come up when you say you imagine that love experience with your partner, and you begin, as you're visualizing having a love experience with your partner, you begin to have doubts, or you think of bad experiences you had in the past with him or her, or you all that crap, especially with a partner, doubts in yourself, doubts in your physical appearance, concerns. I mean, with a partner, it gets sticky, and there can be layers and layers of junk in there, from a lifetime. So, the problem when you focus on, say, love with a partner, a lot of that junk and doubt and stuff like that can come up. So, to really clean up your manifestation frequencies, I suggest you go to the pure emotion you want to experience, and do a visualization, and then let that go. And the other thing that can happen is, maybe let's talk about the situation with the partner. Maybe you're in a relationship that really is on the way out, and for your own benefit, there's something better for you. Maybe, it's abusive in some way. I mean, there's multiple things that can happen in a relationship. When I say abusive in some way, I mean just abusive in that maybe your character isn't being honored, who you are isn't being honored, and that's abusive. That's you being abusive to yourself, allowing that. But you still want to hold on to it, and so you're attempting to manifest, that perfect weekend to reignite, that relationship. But at the bottom of your heart, you don't really want that relationship anymore, and you don't want to be in it, but you have fear around leaving it. So this is a real manifestation mishmash. You're trying to manifest the perfect weekend of love with that partner that you don't even want to be with anymore, and you've got lots of incongruent frequencies going on there. So my suggestion is to really clean up your frequencies, because you'll get a real mishmash with all your different emotions, with your shadow, with your baggage, with all kinds of not your true desire, your authentic self, uh, not being, honored in this situation. There's some work that needs to be done around you getting really, really honest about the frequency you want to experience in your heart. What emotion do you want to create? So if you're in a confused, sort of sticky situation that requires decisions, that has baggage around it, like the relationship, I suggest that you simply focus on the emotion that you would like to experience, and allow your higher self and the universe and your soul um, to bend around that emotion and create the experience you really, really need, and not requiring it to be exactly how you want it, because you might just be attempting to manifest a band-aid over something that isn't good. So I'm telling a lot of stories. I think relationships is a good place for me to give this example, because most of us have been in a relationship, and we know all the complicated layers, and all of our stuff comes up in relationships. So I think it's the very best example for me to give, and especially in a romantic relationship, there's layers of stuff and mixed in there. And that's when the vibrational frequencies really get mishmashed up. So I would like to work on this a little bit about clearing shadow, about going to your truest expression of you, working on your authenticity, working on cleaning up your vibrational frequencies so that you get a more pure and perfect manifestation for you. So there you go. Um, yeah, that's about it. It's not my favorite subject. It's a lot more fun to talk about the beauty and the joy and the high flying vibration of exciting magical manifestations. But in reality, when that manifestation doesn't come out the way you want, when it comes out of the oven not baked the way you want, you get a little something else out of the oven than you thought you put in, then it's a good idea to begin to work on cleaning up our frequencies. Yes, so that's the work that we are about to embark on.